Okay, so I'm going to propose to you that if you're feeling really stuck, there's likely to be a couple of things going on. And I just want you to try this on for size if this is where you're at. Okay, so it's possible and even likely that in your feeling stuckness, you are experiencing that because of a lack of clarity about something, a lack of vision and a lack of sense of your possibility, a lack of motivation, a lack of self-belief, and a lack of positivity. So have a look and see in those things that I've spoken about with regards to lack, if any of those apply to you in your sense of feeling stuck that are contributing to your inability to kind of bump yourself out of that position that you're in. Now, what you need to know is that self-belief, motivation, possibility, positivity, clarity, vision, all those things I talked about, you don't need to find them. They are in you right now. They are always in you right now. There is nowhere to go looking for them. You're not missing anything. You're not lacking anything actually. The problem is that all of those things in your feeling stuck are currently, it's almost like they're a little bit too difficult for you to access within yourself because there's something blocking you from them. There is something in the way between where you stand now in yourself and your vision, your clarity, your possibility, your positivity, your motivation, and your self-belief, okay? That thing that is standing in the way, that is blocking it, that is making it feel like those things aren't there and kind of seems like it prevents you from being able to get to them, is what I call a fog. So I talk a lot about how we have a paradigm, and our paradigm is how we view the world. It consists of our beliefs. It consists of the way that we interpret life around us. It's our model of reality, essentially. And when our paradigm gets warped with limiting beliefs and fears and societal conditioning and all this nonsense in our mind that isn't true and real, and it's not us, it's not about who we are, it's stuff we've absorbed and taken on from experiences and, through our life and things that are happening around us and our circumstances and from other people, it warps our paradigm, and that warping is like a fog, and it completely shifts what you see. It's like wearing a pair of tinted glasses. All of a sudden everything looks different and looks strange, or looking in a circus mirror and what you see is real, but it's not really real. It's that your perception has been distorted, if you like, okay? So your vision, clarity, positivity, possibility, motivation, self-belief, everything that you need to be unstuck is in you. And the only thing that's blocking you from accessing this is this kind of warped perspective that you've got, this warped noise. Now, in relation to this video in specific, I'm going to be really clear about exactly what is going on that will keep you stuck, and it's essential that you let it go, okay, in your fog. And the fog that is the warped paradigm, so that you can get clean and clear again in your perception about who you are, about life, about other people, that you can have fresh and healthy beliefs. They're going to drive you forward, that are going to allow you to feel, access easily and utilize your vision, clarity, motivation, self-belief, possibility and positivity. And that is your story. If you are feeling stuck, I would bet, if I was a gambling woman, I would bet on the fact that you have a story at the moment and you repeat your story to yourself, and you possibly are quite invested in your story and you really believe it's genuine, and that will keep you stuck where you are. It will keep you in the dark, away from all of those things that are already within you, so that it almost feels like they don't even exist. Your vision, clarity, possibility, positivity, self-belief, motivation, etc. Okay. What happens when we get really stuck is that we have excuses. We can see the reasons why we're stuck. We can blame people, life, circumstances, ourselves for why we're stuck. We see all the things that are wrong with ourselves, wrong with other people, wrong with our job, wrong with our resourcing situation, wrong with the world, wrong with society. And we create a story about the situation we're in. Even if you're just feeling stuck, like you're lacking a little bit of motivation, well, I'm quite lazy. Story. Well, I don't really know what to do. It's not really clear to me, and I'm not really sure what the possibilities are because, I don't have an education. Story. It's a story. Well, where I live, and the situation and the economy here, story. I'm not denying the reality that you're experiencing in terms of the factors in your environment as being real, but you are so much bigger than your circumstances. You are not the noise in your mind, you are not your limiting beliefs, you are not your fears, and you're not your expectations that other people have put on you, and you are not the conditioning and the norms that society puts on you. You're not your circumstances again, okay? You are not your circumstances. So you really want to know that your access point to getting unstuck and having rapid transformation right now, like right this second, is drop your story. If I said to you, nothing about your story is true, imagine being in a movie. I think there's actually been a movie, like The Truman Show, I think it was called. Probably other movies made like this too. Imagine if you woke up one day to all of a sudden realize that everything that you thought was true and real about your story was completely not true. And all of a sudden you were on this clean slate, and that you were just this powerful soul here having this life experience, and that actually there was nothing that could stop you. Well, that's actually true. That's actually true. The second you engage in a conversation in your mind and you repeat it over and over and over again with any negative connotation and any sense of true conviction in it, your mind will absorb it, and that story will embed, and it will no longer feel like a story to you. It will feel like your reality. Your access point to rapid breakthrough, rapid transformation is to understand that anything that you tell yourself that does not free you, liberate you, enhance you, empower you, and lift you up is a story, and that you do not need it. Now, here is the most important thing. How much do you want to get unstuck? If you genuinely, really want to get unstuck, like what I call your pain pivot point, your pain has hit a point where it is so intolerable that you're willing to really pivot yourself in a new direction. If you're at that point, and you're seriously committed to actually wanting to have vision, possibility, clarity, motivation, all of those things, then you will drop your story right now and you will rewrite yourself a new one. But if you get payback from your story and you enjoy it, and there is some gain you get from having excuses and rationalizing and blaming and staying stuck, then you won't drop your story, and you will keep your story, and you'll keep it as long as it gives you something. And sometimes even, you need to understand, is that your story can give you pain, and that pain for some reason can feel good. How crazy are we human beings, right? There'll be something in it, if you don't want to drop your story, that you're still a little addicted to it. And it's okay, because everything unfolds all in good time, divine order and divine timing. But you have to participate actively to create your rapid breakthrough, to create this leverage out of stuckness, okay? And it is available to you. If you are up for that, then look at what your story is. What do I say to myself repeatedly, and what do I believe to be true reality about myself, other people in life, and the circumstance I'm in? Then let me write it down. Then let me get creative and write a whole new story about that. If I was given a task and I wanted to get an A+, and my task was I have to rewrite the story into a totally transformed story about possibility, positivity, motivation, self-belief, personal power, and I had to write it with conviction that would get this person in this story completely unstuck, what would I write? And then write it. And then that becomes your new story. Then you read that story every freaking day. Okay, you read it every morning and every night. You repeatedly feed that story to your mind. Why? Because if you don't repeatedly feed that story to your mind learns by repetition and consistency and conviction, intensity of emotion behind the story. If you don't do that, then you will likely just default back to, or possibly accidentally buy back into, the story that you were originally in. Okay, this is taking power back over your mind. It is being the leader of your mind, providing direction to it, and it is creating your life from the inside out. When you make that shift, your energy will shift. When you rewrite your story, your energy will shift. When your energy shifts, you will be in greater flow, and you'll be surprised about what happens in your circumstances around you. Surprising, cool little things will start to happen for you, okay? So this has been a little insight on how to create rapid transformation for yourself. Yeah, we're complicated beings and life is complicated, but sometimes it comes down to really simple things that we don't even realize that we're doing and that we could be doing differently that would be really powerful. So I hope it's been helpful. Please do apply it. Please do share it with anyone that you know is feeling stuck in your personal, social or professional network and suggest they give it a go. If this has been useful, please do give it a thumbs up if you're here on YouTube, and I would love for you to subscribe to my community at Pinch Me Living so that you'll receive our regular uploads of videos to help you with your own transformation, personally and professionally. I'm all about your inner peace, freedom and success. So I look forward to seeing you again really soon.